Many thanks to our viewers all over the world for always joining us on this platform. Flip TV's bystanders at we stand. We appreciate your viewers presently watching us across the globe. It's Michael Adekunle on Flip TV. You can watch us on the sister channel, Flip TV Plus. You can subscribe on that channel to see us, to watch us live. You can also watch us on Facebook Live. All right, today's edition of this program, we have our different stories on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. Starting from the detention of Marley to the academic records of Tinubu that is still causing serious issues in the country. All right, let's see what we have on the front page of the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper still speaking on the Chicago State University article and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All right, let's talk about this. Tinubu's credentials, APC Lampo's article, ex-vice president set to submit documents in Supreme Court. APC Lampo's article, ex-vice president set to submit documents in Supreme Court. Article's journey to Chicago Varsity, a fruitless exercise. Ex-Vice President, a loser, says the All Progressives Congress, that's APC president's documents released by Varsity have vindicated us. PDP insists president's documents released by Varsity have vindicated us. PDP insists. All right, on to the next one. Still on the front page of the Punch newspaper, 17 independent discos get licenses. 17 independent discos get licenses, 10 operational. 23 oil blocks failed to produce crude, says federal government. On the ministerial appointments of Balarabe, Tinubu picks Balarabe to replace R5. Tinubu picks Balarabe to replace R5. On Mohbad's death, please detain Marley. Please detain Marley. That's the former boss of the deceased Mohbad. Ayedatiwa Ondo Assembly asks CJ to raise impeachment panel. 2 killed as LASMA officials driver clash. Local government office raised. So the next one, which is this day newspaper, the major headline it reads: Labour to federal government, there will be no more warning before next strike if you renege on agreements. And we have down the paper, insist there is trust gap between Nigerian leaders and the masses. Insist there is trust gap between Nigerian leaders and the masses. Says crisis not over yet. Some pensioners earning 5,000 naira. So the next one, Nigerian Tribune newspaper. What's Nigerian Tribune saying this morning at the newsstand? Senate amends rules. Senate amends rules. First timers can't contest for Senate president deputy. Tinubu'S Senate's confirmation of 3 new ministerial nominees. Tinubu'S Senate's confirmation of 3 new ministerial nominees. To the next one, it's our development here. Pregnant woman, 2 children die as Lasma policeman struggle with driver in Lagos. And on the controversial record of Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'm talking about the academic records of Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu released by Chicago State University, Tinubu'S documents. Chicago State University testifies in deposition proceedings. Chicago State University testifies in deposition proceedings. On impeachment saga in Ondo State, Ondo Assembly directs CJ to constitute 7-man panel on deputy governor. Petitions, NJC over federal court judge ruling. All right, we have our reviewers here to express their own views concerning trending issues in the country. Oluwa of Ogbaland, how are you?
I'm fine. Morning. What's happening? I see noise everywhere.
Noise everywhere. What's causing this noise? What's the controversy all about?
According to my brain,
Yeah.
what I'm saying that bringing noise is Tinubu matter. Yeah. The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he has 85% hatred.
But his academic record has been released by the Chicago State University.
They don't want to hear his name. So you can't condemn somebody forevermore. You are not God. God forgive. Why don't you forgive? No matter the situation, forgive and let life goes on. But one side of the country is born to hate. See, I'm telling you the truth. See, we're there yesterday, we condemn Asewaju. But today, we now see, we can't follow the road of condemnation. Even Judas Iscariot that betrayed Jesus Christ of Nazareth was still forgiven at the end of the day.
Would you say Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been vindicated?
Not vindicated or a situation like that.
No, I'm talking about vindicated.
That is free?
Yeah, vindicated by the Chicago State University with
that,
the release of his academic
record. Only that release have made things kind of the road. It's like there was multiplication somewhere to not to release the situation. At the end, he now released, and you are not crying wolf. Okay, what do you want to happen? Want heaven to come down? Heaven can never come down. Let us be realistic with our thinking, because our thinking is our future. Our future is our tomorrow. Don't let us to light ourselves up now with the flame. And the flame will consume many things. Don't talk with God. Talk with the mind of God. Don't talk with the mind of yourself. The mind of yourself will not bring any positive. It will bring negative upon negative. So let us leave A aside and let us move B forward. Let us forget our past. And let us come together and make Nigeria great, because you can't be like this in the nation you are expecting good. How are you going to see good? No matter the mistake, there is nobody that is above mistake.
There's nobody that is above mistake. Is there any mistake the president made?
See, there's a mistake according to the language, according to what I'm seeing, and say things are getting hard, because one of the mistakes, according to the people, popularity, say subsidy removal now bring harsh.
Okay, you moved to subsidy removal.
Yes.
I thought we were still talking about the academic record.
Yeah, the academic record is part of the language I'm telling you.
Okay.
There's a things that bring things.
There's something that brings
something.
Okay.
Something will warrant things that don't even have A. Now sit on top and be making heaviness. See, let us go forward. So hatred will never solve the situation of Nigeria. Crucify him! Crucify him! Why? Crucify him! And leave Barnabas for us, the criminal. Crucify the Son of Jesus Christ, Nazareth. And crucify him. At the end, what I was feeling today, suffering and smiling. So, let us be calm. And let there be peace. But they don't want peace. They want peace. No matter the situation, what's going up must calm down. Nigeria going through the hardship today, it will not be forever. And I believe, because don't let us assault with injury. We want to add certificate matter to this problem here. Somebody will be set free, you say, in Allah. Okay, what is the meaning? Now you want to go down, they say no more down. You don't have that. Now they bring it out, say take it one. Now you say no. See, let me tell you one thing. According to my men here, this is Fleece TV. And we are all your crew here. We are your people that are analyzing with you. Many people are angry because I'm talking to you now. I'm analyzing with you because they believe that I'm not supposed to stand here because they are an enmity group. That I don't even understand. According to whether I don't know whether they're financial sharing or something like that, they don't hate this side. They now say she don't talk. I don't know the meaning of that language. So I see the group. There are some men inside this group.
Okay,
we have
some of the reviewers,
here,
right?
yes.
Okay.
So they just see me talking now. It's like they are going to shoot me. Are you going to shoot me? What have I done?
Because you are talking, right?
Because I'm talking, because they say I'm not supposed to talk. Say I'm a betrayer.
In what way?
They say you should not talk. Now I'm not talking. When I know the truth, say the truth will set you free. Speak of mind, let your heart be free. Have freedom, and God will multiply your freedom. Don't hate anybody because of anything that is wrong. Don't even around not because of B. I don't buy their language, and they know what I'm talking about.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's quickly move down to Naira Marley. Naira Marley is now in the net of the place.
Is he in Nigeria now?
He's in Nigeria now.
Okay,
he promised to come, and the guy is here.
See, let me tell you one thing. See, there is a controversial in this situation on Naira Marley matter. Because I'm not a lover of Nigeria music industry, but I like their music. Because all the mafia and West Side will die. Before they were, I was alright. See, but I like their music. That's why I like their music, because now many of Nigeria don't patronize West Side music anymore. We not live Whiskey, Davido, and now Naira Marley. Naira Marley just come from nowhere now. Naira Marley just made this 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It's not 15 years in Nigeria industry.
It's to help on the ongoing investigation of Mohbad's death.
See, their situation, his popularity, it now brings language to this situation now.
What kind of language?
Because you know, they were protesting the death of this guy. And when this guy was shouting for help, where are they that were protesting for the death? Are you understand my talk?
Yeah, I understand.
Because somebody was involved. They now came, say, just like what I just said in last language. Clear anywhere, see, like, clear anywhere, see. See, I'm not saying A or no B, involved or no involved. I'm trying to let us know who we are. Somebody say, please help me. Nobody help him or her. When it's now drop dead, people are not shouting. You should not talk.
That's what
now he has come back. Let police do their work. You are not police. Do not take it to the other side. You want to create another instance. Are we Tata? We are moving forward. We are not going backwards. We are Nigeria. You can't allow anybody to take us granted. We are motherfucking mafia and hope. I'm Oluwa Nwara of Balan. I speak the truth from the heart of my heart. Let Nigeria be Nigeria. Let not divide ourselves. Let us be one. And we will see the oneness in us.
All right, thank you so much.
God live forevermore. And you and I will see the particles of God.
Thank you so much, Oluwa One. It's good to have you here. All right, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing well.
What's all this hullabaloo all about Tinubu? After the CSU released this academic records?
Emergency lovers of Nigeria.
So much noise.
Emergency lovers of Nigeria who recently they come from, Biafran agitation to suddenly loving Nigeria are the one making the loudest noise, as it were. Look at Atiku, whom we know has been banned from entering USA. The so-called people who say they are looking for good governance are now what? I mean, they are lying, queuing behind Atiku, the biggest, and which has been proven to be the most, the most dangerous politician ever that we know when it comes to looting. Even his principal wrote a book against him. But here we are today, the so-called emergency lovers of Nigeria are all pushing for Atiku to become the president. And then once again, they think Atiku's, efforts, which is actually was a failure, by the way, will one way or the other hate their own supposed principal called Peter Obi. You see, these people are too naive. And because most of them are newbies, when I mean newbies, all their lives have always been against Nigeria. So because now, fortunately for them, their tribesman came out and they saw that their tribesman had a chance, so they all decamp from, speaking against Nigeria, they stopped pushing for succession, and all of a sudden, they supported this man. Now, when the man failed, because the person who defeated the man defeated him fair and square, and this man has not been giving them attention. All they had wanted was this man to arrest that their loser principal who came third. But this man just said he's immaterial. You understand? So now they are doing what we call the enemy of my enemy is my what? My friend. If Atiku is the enemy of my enemy, then why not? We can actually support Atiku. But they have lost all their moral stance. My take in this election was power must come to South. And I said it, Obi does not have whatever it takes. Obi has not graduated to be a gladiator that will defeat Tinubu, that will defeat Atiku, especially in the north. Even Tinubu could not defeat Atiku in the north. But what he did was he came close. All right? Throughout, amongst all the 19 or 21 states that we have in the north, Obi wasn't able to even get up to 2 million votes. I think in the north that he got the highest vote would be at the middle belt, which is I think Benue or so. Or Benue and Plateau. And in this state, Tinubu either came first or second. You see, these things are clear. Now let us go to the issue of covenants. I said Chicago State University. You see, the Chicago State University came out. The registrar said, we issued an admission letter which stated male, and the person who collected that certificate is the person who is the president
of Nigeria.
This same register alluded to the fact that time to time people make mistakes, but you see, people would say they had convinced their mind. People have convinced themselves that even if you tell us that Jesus is Lord, we'll say that no, Jesus has 2 horns and a tail. Even if you tell us that Jesus is black, no, Jesus is white. People have convinced themselves. So it doesn't matter. But you see, I love our Supreme Court so much. They don't even care about your emotions.
But do you believe people believe there is politics going on in the Chicago State University, especially between the federal government?
Listen, you see, people will say all they want, they will coin all they want. In fact, Aisha Yusufu said that Chicago University has been bought over by Tinubu. I just laughed. I said, when people are confused and when they lost, the only thing left for them is to pull every other person along with them. They don't want to die alone. Okay? When you lose, in defeat is so lonely. That's why they tell you that in everything you do, try to be successful. When you are a loser, you become a destitute, you become a lone ranger, and at the end of the day, you become a witch or a wizard. You begin to wish everybody ill luck. All right? So this is where Atiku has found himself. And for those who supported the guy that came to us, they will support Atiku because the enemy of my enemy, is my friend. You could recall during the campaign period, these people said that Atiku is a corrupt person. ever that they would rather choose Tinubu ahead of it. But here we are today. They're dancing a willow. You see, this our new electorates that joined us in this last election. Their inexperience, their gullibility, their lack of sportsmanship spirit, is actually playing out vividly right in front of us. And it's so unfortunate. But Obi does not actually have any issues. Obi intentionally did not go to Chicago State University to learn because he knows it's a lost cause. But you see, the obedient, his followers are the problems. They are the problems. Today, they are now supporting Atiku. That means, that will signal something to Obi that these people are not actually behind anything ideology. The truth is, they just hate this man for being superior above them, by all means.
Don't you think both parties are working together collectively to fight corruption?
You mean?
They are talking about what?
You mean which party?
Both Labour Party and PDP.
You see,
They believe that's an act of corruption.
You don't label a case if it hasn't been proven.
No,
Atiku is the accuser, okay, and it goes on him to what? To provide evidences. Now that he has gone to Chicago State University, they said that Tinubu did not in any way, induce us to reduce any affidavits, any letter of, assertion that this man attended our school. They said that yes, that they are receiving mails and inquiries. This was the reason why they did not include the name of the registrar. They said that the person that is the president attended their school, that he got, and there's an SSN that has shown that this man is a male, and that is the SSN that we have on the document. All right, there's a possibility that there were clerical errors, but you know what? Nobody wants to believe it. All they are going after is this man must fall. But here we are. The Supreme Court of Nigeria will just look at them and just say, "Come on, man! I don't have the time for this nonsense. I don't have time for this nonsense."
Now, despite all the confirmation and
I'm so disappointed.
And the authentication.
I am disappointed in Atiku. I thought he would go to USA to go and fight for the 460,000 naira for future case. He didn't do that because all he's trying to do is just sensationalize people. Atiku, whom we know that when he was a civil servant, he was doing other business. As a civil servant, the only business you are, constitutionally allowed to do is agriculture. Atiku was doing other businesses. He was selling cars, was doing buying and selling. Now, you don't need to know, they don't need to tell you that Atiku himself, when you're looking for a baking, a figurative speech called, illegality, scam, is Atiku. But here we are. Everybody has forgotten about that. Everybody is not talking about Atiku's, the testament that Baba, Obasanjo, he wrote a whole book against Atiku. But everyone is not talking about that.
He made public.
Now, the question was, between Atiku and Tinubu, who would you have chosen? That's one. Secondly, would you have wanted power to remain in the north? Then let me know your values, let me know your standings, to support the unity. Now, in reality, could Obi have defeated Atiku in the corners? Or was Obi rigged in Kano? Was he rigged in Borno? Was Obi rigged in Jigawa? Was he rigged in Sokoto? You see, the emergency lovers of Nigerians are the most confused people who are purveying every fake news just to ensure that this man go down. But you see, they have lost. Who God has blessed, no man can curse. That's the simple truth there. So I believe Atiku has completed his fruitless journey, where he knows that he has found nothing. He is coming back to Nigeria.
Now the APC said Atiku's varsity journey. Atiku's Chicago varsity journey to Chicago. His journey to Chicago was a fruitless one, and despite all this, Atiku is still forging ahead to make sure he nails Ashwadi Bola.
They tell you that
is to tender the case in the Supreme Court. Do you think this will end
fruitless as well.
A dog that will get missing and get to a place that they will behead him will never listen to the whistle of the hunter. In Yoruba, there's a gentleman son who cooking for fairy all there. You understand? And a head that will receive a knock. It doesn't matter where it is. It will always stretch his neck out. Atiku is having his time. Don't worry, don't worry. I can guarantee you after everything is dies down and Tinubu finally overcomes the supreme whatever, Atiku will, his own, his evil past will be reopened. Because they need to start fighting him ahead of 2027. And I'm so sorry, Atiku will go down because Atiku has only done one thing. He has only done one thing. Even when in politics, do not go unnecessarily personal. Okay?
So there will be a return match.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Atiku
There will be a revenge.
he go the breakfast idekula. Atiku has a lot of people that will testify against him. Do you remember during the campaign period there was a guy called Mike Achimogu? Mike Achimogu brought a testimony whereby he said that Atiku, when it comes to grandmaster of SPVs, special purpose vehicles, Atiku was the best. He showed the corresponding mails that he had with Atiku. The same president that we had from 1999 to 2007 also wrote a letter whereby he said Atiku single-handedly cornered Ali Burton Siniero. It was this same Ali Burton that made them disband him from ever in his life entering USA. You understand? He could only enter USA to the help of Bukola Saraki. Maybe they use diplomacy and all that. Let me tell you, Atiku's case will be revisited after all these are subsided.
Now, away from that, let's move down to entertainment, and this has gone beyond the entertainment industry. Marley promised to be in Nigeria if security is guaranteed or was guaranteed, and presently it's in Nigeria and in the net of the Nigerian police. Benjamin Odeng confirmed this as the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer. I think this is a good development, and don't you think this will help the police to carry out a perfect, investigation?
Now, Marley returning back home simply means one thing and one thing, clearly. He has perfected and he has erased whatever, footprints, whatever trace, whatever, marks that could probably expose him one way or the other. Marley is not one time, has never been one time and been an innocent person. Marley has always been a cultist. Marley has always been a bad boy. He has always been a neutral person. Okay? Marley has always had issues. There was a time he had issues with Rugged Man. Remember he sent boys to go and attack him while he was in UK. I think that he was beaten, his hand was broken.
Yeah, it was broken.
All right? So Marley is a gangster. For him to come back home, he has, perfected a lot of, he has done a lot of jobs that will probably in any way exonerate him.
Now, would you say, are you trying to
It's unfortunate.
Listen, bought the police?
It's unfortunate that Mohbad got himself into such, company. The truth is, don't dine with the devil. It's as simple as that. He dined with the devil, and in that process, he got killed. It's unfortunate. All right. Marley, for him to have the audacity to come back, then my mind tells me that he has perfected everything he needs to perfect down here. Whether the stories he will tell them, whatever he needs to cook up, he has been able to have a thought through, and he has a script well written and just ready to play it. All right? If Mohbad were to be alive, I believe he would have been able to, defend himself.
Are you telling us
But
Mohbad can't get justice?
Listen, the dead doesn't speak. And as far as we are concerned, the wife is also compromised. The wife has been told to conduct a DNA. She's scared. I conducted DNA for my child, I think last month. Without any fear of fact, I just did it because I said, okay, maybe in the next future, nobody knows what could happen. Let me just conduct a DNA. you can decide to conduct DNA for your child. Now, the mother was told, go and conduct DNA. DNA cost just 150,000. They said, conduct DNA, I will dash you 10 million if truly that boy happen to be Boba's son. You know, but the lady said she wasn't going to do it. That it is against whatever beliefs she has. You see, Mohbad just happened to find himself in a circle of his enemies. And he sang a song, he said, frenemies. These are people that were presenting to him, they presented themselves to him as friends. Meanwhile, they were actually killing him behind. And unfortunately, his wife will be part of them. Okay, don't be surprised this guy was poisoned even by his wife. Because what I heard was the wife was, I think she was a slut to the Naira Marleyan music group. Samilari had his time with her. So many other people had his time with her before Mohbad. Allegedly. Allegedly. You know, no, she hasn't come out to debunk it, by the way. So allegedly,
there are speculations.
You know, so she was just someone who gave good and happy heart to the boys in the house. You know, so the real father of the son wasn't actually a fan. But unfortunately, Mohbad is dead. He cannot in any way defend himself. And neither is the wife ready to defend Mohbad. You see?
Thank you so much. Miggy, I appreciate you. Welcome, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mike.
Good morning. How you doing?
This was a new day. Thank God for the new day.
Yeah.
Happy to be alive. And we thank God. God bless Nigeria. God bless Mr. President. Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
We're happy to see you. That's right. All right. There will be no warning again. That's what Labour Congress has told the federal government. We have it on the front page of this newspaper. Labour to federal government. There will be no warning before next strike if agreement fails.
I thought Labour has drowned. I thought they have drowned finally. I don't know that they are still putting their issues on the front pages of newspaper.
No,
I don't know that
the strike has only been suspended for 30 days.
30 days.
And if agreement fails, there will be no warning. That's what we've said.
Mike,
to tell you that Labour is still very active.
Mike, yeah. The strike has been suspended for 30 days after collecting promissory agreements with the federal government that they will be paying them 36,000. They will add up 36,000 to their salary. That's for the federal workers alone. It did not get down to the states and the local government and all sort of things. So look at Labour. They gave 30 days. 30 days after negotiating 36,000. For salary, increments, and 30 days to go back to their, to go back to their, agitation, if the government did not yield to their, demand. So to me, we've had enough of Labour. Labour is fighting for their own selfish interests. They are not fighting for public in general. I have to say that, right? And to me, I don't even look at Labour as a relevant body any longer, right? Because this is a self-centered labor we are having now in Nigeria, and which I've never witnessed before, right? So to me, the issue of labor is dead on our right. I don't think they should be existing. So.
All right, moving on to another story, talking about the Chicago State University, the presidency. APC have said that the journey of Atiku to Chicago University was a fruitless one. It didn't yield any positive results.
It didn't yield. You see, Atiku as a man.
But on Atiku's side, it yielded a positive result.
It yielded nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Did the Chicago State University display meme that is not their student, that Tinubu is not their student?
No.
Was there any disclaimer from them? No. There's no disclaimer. So what are you saying? He attended and they said there's typographic error in his what's it called, the result this thing they gave to her, due to nobody's above mistake as it is. And when you start trying to bring out the facts and figures from these issues, people start ranting. The article cow followers. Because Atiku never mind say, you never forget that Atiku is a Fulani man. And the Fulani, they are like extremists. You know where the other extremists come from? Our part of the southern, you know, maybe I'll talk of the minority from the southeast. Some of them are extremists. Fulani are extremists. And to me, Atiku has never been a Nigerian citizen. He has not proved himself to be a Nigerian citizen. Because Buhari came out that Atiku is from Cameroon, northern Cameroon. To the extent they say his brother is one of the cabinet members of Paul Biya, right? And as it is, Atiku has to prove his identity. Atiku is a man of different, you know, cases, different attitudes. You can imagine, Atiku has a case in America, but he bought his case under Trump through the Senate president, who was declared non-personal grata to enter America. You remember his issues with the other guy, that the senator, the Democrat senator, that immediately Atiku left for Nigeria. They boggled that senator, they ransacked that senator house, and they searched everywhere, they could not see anything until they opened his deep freezer and saw stack of dollars in which Atiku gave as bribe. So is that kind of person I'll be listening to, or I'll be following his journey of defamation? Is that the kind of person? Were you aware when Tinubu, what's it called, Obasanjo and Atiku were in power? Do you know what ended up there? This thing, Aliboti case, which Atiku was deeply involved.
Different problems.
Different problems. So Atiku ought to have hide his face for now. Say enough. We Nigerians, we have tolerated him enough. What else does he want? Atiku was in custom. At the same time, he owns like 4 delivery van that was shuttling Seme to Lome, Seme to Accra, Seme to. Under the government law, you are not entitled to engage in any other work when you are still serving. Atiku betrayed the rule is signed with the federal system as a civil servant. Is this same Atiku you're talking of that our electricity decay today? Who owns the Mikano? Prior to the election, he now started denying that he has sold his shares out to who? Who brought all these Lebanese? Who brought them in? Is it not Atiku? Were you aware then, during his issue with his master, Obasanjo? What did Obasanjo just say? He said Atiku is a thief. Is that not what Obasanjo said?
Are you telling us that Atiku is not fighting a good cause?
It's not what
of this certificate
to me
forgery or alleged certificate forgery.
The allegation that he's putting on the table, right? Let the Chicago State University disown the person in question, that's Tinubu. As the Chicago University disown him, that disclaim me, that is not their student. Have they done that? Have they done that? No, I'm asking the question. Have they done that? Maybe I may not be aware of the breaking news. As the Chicago University disclaimed that Tinubu is not our students. So any other issues they have, maybe typographical issues that they have,
or clerical errors.
Okay. So it can happen. It can happen to any, it can happen. But either you like it or make you the year. Either you not like him or you not like him. Me, I've decided that Tinubu is my president. No matter what you call me, I don't feed under anybody. I don't care about what anybody say. I stand by Tinubu because I said I've been following this man since 1992. And I know that he's the only presidential candidate that is prepared to govern this country.
Many have tagged Tinubu as this person, this kind of person that buys anything, any case, with money because of his riches, because of his wealth. Don't you think that must have played out in the Chicago State University's case?
That is foolishness of the highest level. I think some people, their brain needs to be checked by psychiatrists.
But are you aware of that? That you can buy anything?
I'm not.
They've tagged in.
There are some people that you can buy. Will you buy all this? Will you buy Wiki?
Don't suspect.
Will you buy Wiki? Will you buy all this? You see, one thing is, let me see. You see, good people on this earth, right? That God wants to use. Didn't God use Saul? Didn't God use Saul that was persecuting his children? Didn't God use him at last? That they turned him to Paul. And it became one of the, the most loyal servants of God.
Are you sure Chicago State University is not compromising?
If they are compromising, then the article should go and sue the Chicago State University that they are compromising his case. His his search. So that's why I say article is just on a wide goose chase. And I'm so surprised that some elements of our Southeast brothers, that they said we are tired of the Fulani, and Fulani now is now leading them. Fulani is now directing their way of life. Fulani is now directing their thinking. So who is the cow and who is the S-man? Let me ask all these ardent followers of Atiku. Atiku has that. To me, Atiku movement now is a fruitless and senseless movement.
Atiku is not relenting in any way. It's not stopping. Still forging ahead to the Supreme Court, and it's to tender the case, documents to the Supreme Court.
Who is going to receive
What will be the outcome?
The outcome is Atiku is going to go to that Supreme Court again. He will be fine. Mark my word. He will be fine, and his counsel will be lambasted like they did to Uche. Counsel to Obi, and they will still find them, and the Supreme Court judges will lambast them. What did we tell you? I said, come and prove. Is it not electoral results? You are contesting the electoral outcome. Is it not the complaint you brought to the Supreme Court? You brought to the we brought to the tribunal. That's what you brought there. Did you bring any issue of the certificate? Did you bring any issue of Chicago? Come and prove how you won election. And Atiku has not been able to prove how he won election. He's been globetrotting all around the world, looking for what is not lost. Abi, he thought maybe they will not be able to provide Chicago certificates of Tinubu, schools. But at long run, he got this certificate. There any point he wants to make on that certificate, he should go to that Chicago State University as well. How did all this result come to be? Can you please explain? And I'm sure they will never even give him audience. What he said he wanted, they've given him to him. They've given him what he wanted. So what else does he want? Want to be troubling the school again? And I laugh at people. I knew Tinubu, Oga, I know his master in Chevron Mobi there. I mean Exxon Mobi there. In Mobi Nigeria Limited. That's Bookshop House. They were in Bookshop House in in CMS, right? I know his Oga Akinyelure, Chief Akinyelure. He retired as a director of finance in Mobi, and Tinubu worked directly under him in Mobi then.
Of
so
course,
what are you now saying?
You are entitled to your own opinion.
Many
Nigerians are not seeing it the way.
Who are the many Nigerians?
The way you are seeing it.
You see,
and I'm not here to judge for anyone.
Anybody. I'm not judging for anybody. But I want to say the direction, majority of this deformed, a deformed nation, a deformed citizen, we always listen to deformed information and accept that information as the true information. Because of what is deformed. Average Nigerian youth are deformed. They don't know the history. They don't know how Nigeria come to be in the mess we have today. So I always follow the history from the ground, say, how were we years back, 20 years back, 30 years back, and how are we now? So if you don't know where you're going, you can retrace your steps to look at where you're coming from. But a lot of these Nigerian youth, you're saying, and I always, at times, I feel like crying for their future.
Away from that, in order to unravel the mystery surrounding the death of Mohbad, the Nigerian police force yesterday made a very good move to arrest Naira Marley. Naira Marley is now in the custody of the police. And what do you expect from the Nigerian police force?
What I'm expecting is good justice, good judgments for the deaths. Let the deaths, be honored in his grave. That the government will try this case and come out with a good judgment of the people that committed the atrocity of his death. And what I want to say now, people should stop pointing accusing finger on Naira Marley and all these guys. Let the courts try them. Because Nigerians, it's part of what we are saying now. If someone just come now and splits one fake news out now, the whole Nigerian will. That's why I say we are too docile, we are too what's it called, gullible. Nigerians are gullible. Average Nigerians are gullible. They don't do fact check. They don't do any information they just hear. You spread like wildfire, and you start going around without doing your C check, without doing your your fact check, without doing all those things. Nigeria will just assimilate it instantly and start spreading it. Let the court start the trial of Naira Marley, and let Naira Marley come and prove why he's innocent of the death of, don't just turn yourself into courts of justice. Average Nigerian will turn themselves to court of justice, So to me, let the judges, thank God this man's wife, Falana wife, Femi Falana wife, who happens to be a lawyer to his son, she's handling the case. She's a counsel to Mohbad now. So thank God they invited him, and he came down. That's Naira Marley. I don't know him, and I've not met him before. Even his songs are.
You actually promised to come.
Yes. Then what's the other guy called? Sam Larry. That one, I was told he attacked Mohbad one time, but he's singing a different, tune now. That he gave Mohbad 2 million for him to perform at his mother's burial, but Mohbad refuses to. But who are the witnesses? Let him bring the witness, because the dead cannot defend itself. The dead is gone already. So let Sam Larry or Sam Harry or what's it called? Let him go and bring his witness that was there. Even his witness has to go through thorough screening, so that he will not just come and start being bought or for him to start giving fake evidence. So they need to dig down to know the causes of death of Mohbad, who happens to be a mega star now. In his death now, he's still trending. His LP is still trending like fire now. And all this morning, they should start collecting their royalties from him. At least, if possible, they should, immortalize him and and create a music
like a museum or that kind of
yeah. Just let him always be that there's a guy that came, he saw, and he conquered.
Did he conquer?
He conquered. Because he conquered the crowd.
But he died.
He died. The legend don't live long. Likewise. But he just died at the younger age. Most legends don't live long. Look at Bob Marley. Look at Fela. Look at Lucky Dube. There must be one thing or the other that will cause their shots, coming.
All right, thank you so much, Kule. I appreciate your time. All right, Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Adekule, Michael.
How are you doing?
Excellently well.
Excellently well. Good to see you again on Bystanders.
Thank you very much. Greetings to viewers across the world.
All right.
Permit me to quickly appreciate Mr. Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacob Adedeji.
Mr. Jacob Adedeji, thank you for your love. I'm grateful. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob Adedeji. And Michael, it's a thank you for Atiku for at least making it public to Nigerians that the record of Ashwaju Bala Ahmed Tinubu in the Chicago State University. I don't know what to say. If it's a genuine one or a forged one. I don't know what to say at this point in time. Because if I say it's a genuine one, you see people opposing my own view. And if I say it's a fake one, you still see many Nigerians saying this journalist is this, journalist is that. So I'm just in the middle of everything. Michael, what's your take about the whole thing?
Yeah, thank you. I think Atiku got what he has been asking the court to release to him in terms of the document of Mr. President. As to if whatever discrepancy is able to establish in court is sufficient enough to get justice that he wanted at the Supreme Court, that is left to be seen. But at least it is good news for him, it is good news for his camp in terms of what he has gotten now. He requested for those details and the court obliged him. So it's left for his legal team to proceed from there to see how they can be able to situate that to the legal battle that is still ongoing here in Nigeria at the Supreme Court level. So we look forward to him presenting his case properly to the last. Don't forget that is the last leg of the judgment that is expected. So it's left for his legal team to put themselves together and able to identify any form of disparity or discrepancies that is between what the university is releasing in terms of the academic record of Mr. President, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and what is submitted to Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. So it's left for the legal team to put that together and present it before the Supreme Court. If that will be sufficient enough to sway judgment in his way, I mean, we look forward to seeing that. So it depends on what judges feel about whatever is bringing.
Okay. Thank you so much. You've done justice to that. Quickly to Marley. This is a person that has been accused, despite we still know that he's still a suspect on the issue of Mohbad, talking about the death of Mohbad. He's now in the custody of the police. Of course, he promised to come back to Nigeria to help in the investigation that is currently going on or carried out by the Nigerian police. He's back. The investigation is still on. What do you expect from the Nigerian police? And you see Mohbad getting that justice he deserves?
Yeah, I think Marley's presence concerning the unfortunate death of Mohbad, I believe it will help police investigation that is ongoing. Perhaps there are things he would have loved to find out from Marley himself, which might be difficult for the fact that he hasn't been in the country for some time now. But now that he's in custody as confirmed by the Nigerian police, I think it should help their investigation to be thorough, to be detailed, and I mean what many of us want to see is to ensure that Mohbad gets justice. It's late now, but the only thing that can put the mind of the family at rest is if that young lad get justice. And I think Marley's presence in the country now should help the investigation.
You said his presence should help the police in investigating or unraveling the mystery.
And don't forget everything, for now, lies in the realm of allegation. Whatever thing people have been putting forward before now is still in the realm of allegation. Fine, some of those videos are vital to the investigation, but it's now left for the police to do their due diligence and ensure that wrong people are not picked, that the actual people that are involved in the demise of that young lad are apprehended and prosecuted according to the law.
Michael, don't you think the wife has questions to answer as well? We were just looking at Marley and Marley. What of the wife? The father as well has some questions to answer. Don't you think so?
I believe the security agencies that are involved in investigating this matter knows who has more questions to answer, and they know how to go about their work. So I shouldn't come here and be pointing fingers at who has questions to answer. If the police feel that the father, the wife, and any other person at that has questions to answer, they know how to go about their job.
Okay. Now quickly to this day newspaper, Labour to federal government, there will be no warning before next strike if federal government fails to agree or to comply with the demands. Michael, many people are saying Labour should just forget about going on strike, that the federal government, whether we like it or not, has conquered Labour on this issue. Is there anything you want to say concerning that? 30 days, that's what the Labour said, that the strike is just suspended for 30 days. And if eventually, or at the end of the day, the federal government fails to comply, there will be no warning. It is strike instantly. Michael, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I think that is the way to go in terms of what Labour agreed with government. Don't forget they signed about 15 items or thereabouts, which government made commitments to look into and do something about within the next 30 days. Don't also forget that in negotiation, you don't have everything that you are demanding for. You gain some and probably lose some. You have been able to compel government as Labour center or Labour movement to move a bit. So it is also expected from for Labour to do likewise, and that is what they've done in terms of calling off or suspended the strike. It wasn't called off, it was suspended, and that means it can resume on it at when government fails to comply with those things. So I think they are still in order. From what I'm seeing, they are still in line, and I think we need such a body that will keep putting pressure on government. That is, you don't just leave government to do things at their own time. Don't forget, this is a government that came on board, and part of the gifts he gave Nigerians is to take out subsidy, and that's immediately translated into high cost of virtually everything that is supposed to be within the reach of the common man. So there must be a center that is putting pressure on government, and I think Labour stands a very good chance to do that. The politicking aspect, I don't want to get involved. There might be political undertone and all of that. I understand that part very well. But what is important to us is that there must be a body that is constantly putting government on its toes, so that you don't just leave Nigerians stranded and do whatever you think you want to do at any of your convenient time when you are not having your own stuff at any time. You can pull out anything at any time. Your salaries, your allowances, as humongous as they are coming at the appropriate time. So you can't continue to tell the people, average Nigerians, to keep waiting endlessly when you have done, when you're brought in a policy that is so toxic, like removing the subsidy without, don't forget, the problem is not that subsidy was taken out, but necessary measures that should have been on ground before that stuff was taken out wasn't in place, and that was what triggered the whole thing that we are seeing.
Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you for coming on board.
Many thanks, my brother.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, can we have you? Can we have you, please? You're live. Hello. You're live here.
Live.
Yeah. People are watching you now. Yeah, all over. How you doing? You need to just drop your phone and give your phone to him. How you doing? I think we need to lift this mic up, you know. We have a tall man in the building. We are not even in the building. We have a tall man at the newsstand.
Yeah.
All right, how you doing?
I'm fine.
All right.
Live at all that.
Yeah. How is Are Ogagamfo?
It's fine. Party all night.
All right, okay.
It's fine.
Now let's talk about entertainment before we move to the academic records of Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu released by the Chicago State University. Now, whether we like it or not, the Mohbad saga is dead has really opened the dark side of entertainment industries, which I believe you are one of the entertainers in the country, even if presently you are not that really involved in it as like before, right?
I'm still.
You are still involved. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Now, what would you say concerning the death of Mohbad, and what has it brought to the limelight? What has it brought to the public?
Well,
Has it exposed anything concerning the entertainment industry?
it's
And has it exposed the Nigerian police, considering the fact that this young guy reported certain issues to the Nigerian police?
even beyond Nigerian police. It exposed the lack of governance we are operating in Nigeria,
Okay.
and it's so sad that
Don't worry to speak. You can just
that the
start right.
president failed to protect their citizens. Look at Mohbad issue. God wants to touch Nigeria, and through the death of that guy, that's why you can see that the death is still trending, and it's all over the world. People are mobilizing, doing rally here and there, just not because of the death, but because of the failed government we are operating. Mohbad's death is a great loss to the entertainment industry, and we love the National Assembly for their involvement in the case, because they all know that they failed, and we love their contribution, and we want to urge them to please. I think maybe they should pass a bill. They should have a parastatals that will look into the entertainment industry. They should not leave the individual to own a record label. That's where the problem is coming from, because people that are owning a record label now, they are using it for something else. That if you want to sing and if you want to blow, you must do this, you must do that. And what you don't want to involve yourself in, you just meet yourself there. So that's the genesis of Mohbad crisis. The government should look into the entertainment industry. There is a lot of darkness going on in there. If they are not the one using the death of the industry to affect the young people, the talented people that are coming to music industry by pushing cocaine or doing all this illegal business. Okay, as an artist now, you just blow. Next month, we see you driving G-Wagon. Who are the people that buy your CD? Where did you see the money? How much are they paying you for shows? You just do now, you don't buy 400 million house for Lekki. So, they are encouraging a lot of atrocity into the country, which is not right. So we want them to look into it. Everybody now is blaming or suspecting that this one is the one that killed Mohbad, his wife. Why people are blaming Naira Marley is the lord of the record label. When Naira Marley told people that this guy is crazy, they should not give him
business. Psychologically, the guy will be depressed. And again, we all know Sam Larry, that is the one following Naira Marley up and down. And you see this guy beating this boy up and down. You can't caution him. At the end of the day, we lost the guy. So who are the first people we suspect? They are the one.
The prime suspects.
And this guy went to the police to submit a petition. Unfortunately, the Nigerian police ignored the petition. And now, we thank Almighty God for revealing their failure to the public. Next time, if you see a common man that comes to you, that maybe they are extorting me, or they are maltreating me or bullying me, so you will have the power to support the common man that came to you for help. So the government failures, we put the blame on the government. There is something we call vicarious liability. If you are a president, if I went to peace now and something bites me, I will say it's the president, because maybe that place that I went to be, they did not protect the place. So you will blame the government and charge it for vicarious liability, because it's the one that's supposed to. Because some people will say, what is the government concerned about that? So if you make a law and everybody follows the law, and if anyone go against the law, there will be penalty for it. So government need to work. They need to protect their citizens. So we need their intervention into music industry. They should stop failing the Nigerians. So we are tired of all this attitude. Okay, look at when Boko Haram kidnapped one American guy. So they flew from their country and picked their citizens. What is happening? Look at the Chibok girls. So a lot of things that even beyond the bad crisis are happening in this country, but they fail to interface with it. So we just want to urge them to please, they should help the Nigerians, they should help the common man, not until maybe a senator's son or a senator's daughter, until they wake up to pass a bill or to bring a bill. And we thank God, God is working in Nigeria, and I pray that justice will surely prevail for Mohbad. The guy will not die in vain, because the death of Mohbad, the justice we are seeking for Mohbad is not for Mohbad, but is for the people in that situation going through the same thing. Because we have a lot of people, they can't speak up, they are going through the same thing.
And this is an opportunity.
Yes, and this is an opportunity for the government to intervene into music industry. So that's what I can say concerning Mohbad.
But what went through your mind when you heard the news about the guy's demise? When you heard about the news of his death, what went through your mind? Were you shocked?
I was shocked, because he's my guy.
Wow.
I invited him to our beauty pageant, because we do organize beauty pageants under Oloku Festival Foundation. So he came to perform.
Wow.
Then 3 years ago. So when I heard that he was killed, because I would say he was killed.
We can't say
they killed him, and the secret is coming out. Okay. By the special grace of God, God will surely reveal.
You believe he was killed?
I was killed.
All right, away from that, let's quickly move to the news that is currently generating reactions in the country, home and abroad, not just Nigeria, home and abroad. The academic records of Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was released by the Chicago State University on court order by a U.S. court. Let us not forget. How do you see the whole saga? From the tribunal, or the case moved down to the U.S., where Atiku believe he could get the certificate to tender in the Supreme Court. How do you see the whole saga?
Ashwaju should just prepare I think it should be fair because the case is not sure that he's going to win at the Supreme Court with the evidence on ground.
Okay, it's not sure that
It's not sure.
Tinubu will win at the Supreme Court.
Yes,
Wow.
that is what I can say. Because this is a crazy evidence. And again, it's a national shame. It's a shame to the entire Nigerians. And I won't say much about the certificate saga because we are still monitoring the issues. And we are waiting for, anything that happened in the country is not new. And they know their way how to cover everything. But one thing I know for sure is whatever you do in this life, definitely it will become an history. So I will just urge everyone to have a better history. That's what I can say concerning that. I don't want to go deep into their matter. But I know whatever you are doing in your life, make sure you build a beautiful history for yourself. Chief Obafemi Awolowo is late. Fashion Remco Abiola is late. Abraham Adesanya is late. Great people. Jack Conde is late. We are talking about them now. What they have done
In the past.
that's in the past. That is what we are talking about. So whatever you are doing now, make sure you do the right thing. So that is what I would love to say.
Do you believe the certificate was forged?
That's why I told you I don't want to
Go into the matter. Let's wait.
Yeah, let's wait and see how the case goes. So we are watching.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on board. All right. Okay. On this note, to say thank you for watching us on today's edition of this program. But before I go, I will quickly appreciate or acknowledge the presence of our viewers across the globe. The people that are watching us from different parts of the world. Let me see if I can see the fonts here. Okay. All right, Gladys Oyabo, we thank you for joining us on today's edition of this program. We have Samson Moses, thank you so much. Judgment Pounds, we appreciate you. Aja Boy, thank you so much. Demian Usas, we have Uko Oji, thank you so much. Romeo Ray, Taiwo Odunlade, we have Jacob Adedeji, we appreciate you. Stop and Chop, thank you so much. And the rest of others, I can't see. The weather is not that favorable. It's sunny here. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of this program. We appreciate you. And we do hope you join us next time on the same platform. Michael Adekulu remains my name. Social media handles are right on the screen. You can join me at Michael Timtayo Adekulu on all platforms and on TikTok, Mike Flip TV. Thank you so much. Bye for now.